So, Desiree, when was the last time you went to the movies?
Just yesterday, in fact,
Really?
I watched Grown Ups, starring funny man Adam Sandler and the ever-gorgeous Salma Hayek.
Was it fun?
Well, the movie was quite funny and quite heartwarming. It was about old friends who got together as grown-ups and could still click on the same level as they did when they were younger.
I see. Yeah, most people have fun at the movies, so I'm surprised to see Stompers Kishore and Mi Hao's posts about how they had some very unpleasant experiences in the cinema.
Well, Stomper Kishore spotted this couple eating Old Chang Kee snacks in the cinema. They were completely unaware of the strong smell of the food, which was uncomfortable for other cinema goers. 55% of Stompers were enraged, and I agree. How very inconsiderate of them.
Oh, certainly, Desiree. I am quite sensitive to smells, so sitting in an enclosed space for 2.5 hours with strong food smells would be quite tough on my nose, you know. And Stomper Cole Dunphy said, hate this kind of inconsiderate people. They don't know how this kind of food stinks up an aircon room.
Well, Shivali, a number of Stompers think otherwise. For example, Stomper Paddy Lims said, so buying food from the cinemas are not smelly and distracting, but other food are. And Stomper World Class SG also pointed out, what 2 times? Times are bad, standard of living is high, so popcorn and a typical frizzy drink is definitely expensive. So they definitely did the right thing.
Well, some Stompers also suggested a win-win solution that's probably a better route to take, right? Like Stomper Kof Pong, he said, I agree that cinema food and drinks is super expensive, but when tapao, don't take in too powerful smelling items.
Well, Stomper Daniel T20 said it best. One person may think the food is not smelly, but it could be smelly for another.
Well said indeed. After all, one man's meat is another man's poison. And here's another story of cinema woes. Stomper Ni Hao spotted some teens putting their legs up on the seats in front of them at the Enghua Cinema in Toa Payoh. And she was very annoyed by it. She thinks, in fact, that they should all pay for the seats that they took up in front of them.
Yes, and you can imagine the poor patrons who would have to sit in those seats. Ew, that would be so disgusting. But Stomper Hello Kitty Babe thinks otherwise. If no one is sitting in front, it is okay what? People need to relax, feel like at home when they're watching the movies too. And Stomper Kong Mia Mokias also admitted doing the same thing. He said, well, I thought this is normal. I always put my legs over the front seat if there is no one or very little people. Actually, that's not normal. You can sit however you like in your own home, but a cinema is a public place after all.
Yes, that's right. And Stomper Cubby's Cake comments that cinemas are really not as clean as we think. And so what is the big deal? He says most seats in the theatre aren't very clean anyway. And I once saw a small girl spill her Coke on the seat when leaving. Think about how sticky it would be that the next guy wouldn't even know that the place is damp, as most of the liquid would have been absorbed by the sofa.
Shivali, in response to these Stomp contributions, some Stompers asked if photograph taking is allowed in cinemas. For example, Stomper Osbond said, no photography in any cinemas. Isn't it clear before any movie screenings? But Stomper Tupsy Cake pointed out, by the way, it is, if not mistaken, you can take photos in the cinema, but not anything with regards to the movie being shown.
We checked up with a spokesperson from Golden Village who said that in a statement sent to us, filming in a cinema is illegal as it contravenes copyright laws. Filming or photography of any movie is also illegal.
Well, I guess Stomper Cupsy Cake is right then, but to sum it up, a cinema is a public space, so everyone should behave in a considerate manner.
I agree. I mean, a cinema is a place where we love to unwind, chill out and catch a movie, not get into disagreements with other film goers, right?
Well said. Next up, we catch up with some Heartlanders who came up with a very ingenious way to deal with the floods in Singapore.